We've sold courses, we know this game. We've sold courses for coaches, mentors. These are our clients. We've sold courses for them. We've sold our own courses to our own community. So we know a bit about this thing, and through this process, we've discovered the keys to the game to make more sales, to squeeze more juice out of your list. We've got the keys to the game. Today, we're going to give you 8 of them. I'm Irshad Aziz. We are Dropkick Copy. We do all things email marketing except cold email. There's a link in the description you can check out to watch testimonials and such. But let's keep it moving. Let's watch the rest of this video. So the pros know this. You need to not rely on Udemy, Domestic, or all these marketplaces. You need to not rely on them so much. You need to self-host. You need to have your own platform. You need to be having your own list. You need to be driving traffic yourself to make the most money and sell the most courses. Email is super powerful in this arena. There's been plenty of studies on this. Neil Patel, you might have heard of him. Recently, he did a study. Out of all of his clients, he studied, how much money do 1,000 email subscribers get me? How much money does 1,000 social media followers get me? The difference is 7x in favor of email. There's other studies that show that email subscribers convert at a higher percentage than social media followers when the buying opportunity is presented in front of them. So all signs point towards establishing a good email list marketing strategy and having a list and working with it. All right. Assuming you've got that, now let's talk about the keys to the game. So let's break this down one by one. Key number 1, avoid freebies, avoid freeloaders, avoid having an email list of people that are just wanting the free content. It's very difficult to do this. Most people are attracted to you because you're putting out value for free, right? So you're going to attract a lot of email list subscribers that are just hanging around. They're not trying to buy anything. That's not optimal. Optimal is having a list of all buyers. So in e-commerce, you'll see this a lot. They've got an email from somebody because they bought shoes, they've bought a dress, they've bought something, right? That's an email list of buyers. That is amazing. You want to have that. Most likely, you're not going to have a list of all buyers, right? You're going to have a bit of both. All right, so you got to be clever about how you get the email list. For example, you want to create opportunities to get somebody's email at the checkout point. You want to offer them something extra, maybe, or create an incentive just as they're buying, and you know that's a buyer. Put something in front of them that allows you to capture their email. This is good. Things like this are going to get you that type of list. Be mindful of that when you're building the list, you want people who are going to prove to be buyers, or who have proven to be buyers. Avoid the freeloaders. No offense to them. I'm a freeloader. You've been a freeloader. It happens. But when you're running an email marketing campaign, when you're running an email list, you don't want all those people on your list. You want to have the best of the best, right? So that's where this key comes from. Key number 2 is to always reactivate inactive people, and you can do this by sending them short emails. Short emails work. Short emails, you can do a one-line email. It's allowed. Hey, are you still alive? That's a one-line. You can do that. The key to these one-line email kind of tactics is the header. A person who's been inactive for a long time, you gotta say, hey John, where have you been? That type of thing can work because you're trying to activate them again. This is going to help you just as you're putting out a course, because your list this person might have disengaged from you for a long time. You want to make sure that they know there's something there for them, right? So use the opportunity to build up the announcement to the offer. Don't just put the offer straight out there. You can build up to the offer and say, hey, there's something coming, wait for it. This type of thing works. So reactivation of disengaged people, launch hype is a thing. That's a key to remember. Third key is waitlisting. Waitlisting is super cool because, when you launch something, let's say the date is today, most of the purchases are going to happen on the day or the day before. So you're going to see a flurry of buys just 2 days before the thing launches. What waitlisting allows you to do is get the buys to happen earlier. This is very powerful for book sales because that type of thing puts you on bestseller lists. So waitlists are super cool, Waitlists also allow you to nurture the sale more. Let's say this is your list. You send an announcement to them and you say, hey, I'm going to start a waitlist for this next offer. Would you like to join? They're going to receive some emails from me about it. You're not going to. Do you want to opt out? Yes or no? The people that opt in and opt out will be separate. The people on the wait list who join, you can nurture them more. You can increase their likelihood of buying and therefore contributing more effort towards the sale. The people that aren't interested in buying, you can leave them alone. They've already proven they're not interested, right? Later on, you can send them a reminder that, hey, this wait list is closing. You want to join now? You can get them. You can play with FOMO and things like that. So waitlisting is a known technique or tactic that works. The fourth key, play with deadlines. The thing you got to understand about deadlines is deadlines touches in that FOMO nerve. Deadlines inspires action. Inspiring action creates a dynamic and energized email list. So for example, when an offer is closing, that's a deadline. That gets people, interested in your mails, reading your mails. Maybe, they check the offer, they really consider the offer. That gets them engaged, isn't it? So deadlines can be used in that way. You could have deadlines for price increases. Buy now because tomorrow it's going up to full price. That's going to get you engaged. Or, it's going to be on your mind. Deadlines help create an engaged list, and that's a good thing. So always remember that. Play with deadlines. The more deadlines you have, in theory, the more energy you're generating in your list. The next two keys, the fifth key and the sixth key, they basically are rooted in this idea that we want to have interesting price incentives going on, and we want to avoid giving discounts. So we want to get some energy in the list, the excitement to buy, we want to push that high, right? So we want to do interesting things with price. So one of the things, key number 5, is something called reverse selling. It's very simple. You start off low and increase the price over time. We've done this. We sold an offer to our list, somewhere around $40-50. Over 4 weeks, it increases. It ends up at around $800-900, right? So you create an interesting effect. Not only do you create FOMO, fear of missing out, you also create this kind of urgency and maybe a little bit of conflict at the end. When people miss out, they're like, wow, how can you even price it that way? Why is it $47? Why did it become like $800? Are you crazy? This is interesting. This is good. This creates energy. You need that. And you have to let people know, the good things aren't there forever. You need to act. So you're priming your list to act, which is a good thing. You want that. You don't want a passive list. Key number 6, another way to create interesting pricing incentives is removing bonuses. This is the reverse of that. It's basically you start off with your offer at full price and you have a bunch of bonuses there. So if you buy now, you get all of these bonuses. But if you wait till tomorrow, I'm removing a bonus, and you just keep removing bonuses. This is a bit tough to do because you have to have actual valuable bonuses. You're like, I can't believe he's giving away that for free. It has to be that type of bonus, right? You have to make it very compelling for people to buy now, right? And it creates that same energy, fear of missing out. If I don't buy now, tomorrow it's going to reduce. I'm going to miss out on that bonus. So if it's a 7-day campaign, you could have 6 bonuses. And on the 7th day, the person who buys gets nothing. So again, this creates interesting energy, right? And FOMO, you're playing with people's energy, you're getting them active and not keep allowing them to stay disengaged and passive, which is good. You know what I mean? Even when people send you feedback saying, what are you doing? You're crazy. That's good for your email list deliverability still. So you want to have that going on. This makes the whole experience interesting and creates interesting results. Key number 7 is try to do things involving something that's in person or face to face. So this is a hybrid course approach. That's what it'll manifest as. People do interesting things with this. You can sell a course plus a 2-day live stream where you walk people through the course material. People would pay extra for that because you're selling more, you're giving people access to you. It's just a better experience overall. They might find more insightful things from the live stream than from just sitting through the course, right? Overall, the whole experience is more engaging, right? So this type of thing works too. Consider doing that. It breaks the monotony and it helps you stand out from the crowd as well. So consider doing that too. Key number 8. Key number 8 is mine your list for ideas on what they want to know. So you could call this selling a course without having a course to sell. You can send If you've got engaged subscribers, you can talk to them and say, hey, what do you think if I made a course about this? Would you be interested in that? Yes or no? You don't even have a course. You're just asking them, what do you want to learn about? This is a bit tricky if you haven't built that kind of relationship with your audience, but you should be doing that. That building a relationship allows you to do things like this. So play with that idea too. Sell a course without actually selling a course. Mine your list for information about what they want to learn about. Okay, closing thoughts. These are keys, man. Try them out. This comes from experience, trial and tested stuff that works. You know, we're trying to get people active and engaged. Give it a look. Also, look out for the other video I've made on selling courses, where I talk about how you want to keep the course off of the marketplace platforms and you want to self-host, and how you can use email to make that whole just generate more revenue from selling courses. All right, that's about it. Take it easy.